I decided to make a video on how to create corrugated metal siding, and I bought this piece of ABS plastic. I'm going to try to get close to it to see if you can see the corrugations. Bought this piece of ABS plastic from a guy in Arizona a couple years ago, and it's been fantastic for making corrugated metal out of aluminum foil. And I recommend finding the heaviest aluminum foil that you can possibly find, the heaviest gauge that you can find. You may have to go to a restaurant supply to get it, but excuse me, get the heaviest stuff that you can find. It just holds up better. So what I did is I cut a few squares out here, just with the scissors, just random size squares. Doesn't have to be, 90-degree cuts or anything like that. You can see that the aluminum has wrinkles in it. Not a big deal. That will all come out during this process. And unfortunately, I'm here alone, so I don't have any kind of a tripod to hold my cell phone. That's something I've been meaning to research and buy. So I'm going to try my best to set this cell phone up in a way that allows you to see what I'm doing. Okay, I've got a little rig in place here to hold the camera steady. So this is my original piece of plastic that I bought from this guy in Arizona. Unfortunately, he's passed away, so this is no longer available. He told me he was having this just flat CNC, this flat ABS plastic material machined via CNC, and that it wasn't available. It's just stock with the corrugations. So I don't know how true that is, but anyway, I've been unable to find anything. So you basically take the aluminum foil and just lay it down on the plastic, and you burnish it with your thumb. You just push with this part of your thumb just under your fingernail. You need to have a short fingernail like I do. And you just burnish that sucker, and you end up with a nice little piece of corrugated aluminum, which can be used as a roof panel or a side panel. And I'll try to get it up close to the camera so you can kind of see what's going on. So that's what the original ABS plastic that's supposedly made for, this process. Now I'm going to take a piece of evergreen paneling, grab another piece of aluminum. Let's try it over here with this one. I don't know how this is going to work, but let's give it a whirl. And it's looking pretty good. I use my thumb, but you can use your index finger too. And if you do this for a while, your fingers are going to hurt. But anyway, so here it is with the evergreen. Let me get it off the table here. You have to slide it off the edge because it is very delicate. You do have to have a piece of sheet plastic, like a roof panel behind it, to support it. And if you touch it, you see you can dent it. So you have to be really careful when you're working with it. Got another piece here. This is a different piece of evergreen product. It's got a much finer corrugation to it, so let's give that a try. Yeah, this is probably not gonna work real well because the lines in the plastic are so shallow. Let me slide it off the table so you can see it. Yeah, it's not a bad effect. So once you've got the panel created, then you can come back with your scissors and cut it to the size that you need. So there's a nice little, HO-sized piece of corrugated paneling. You could maybe cut the paneling to size first and then burnish it, but what ends up happening is, let me get the other piece here. Here's where I was holding it onto the that's where I was holding it onto the, down onto the plastic. And so you end up with these undesirable, pieces on the end here that don't look real good. So I don't know, you could maybe try to figure out a way to hold it down, but this was the process that I found was the best. It looks like this evergreen product right here might work. I'm trying to get it up close to the camera, but it's not able to focus on. Let me put my hand behind it. Yep. So this finer piece of plastic here, the big one, is an evergreen product, and it's the number 4525. See if I can get it up to the camera. It's the number 4525 metal siding, and it's, what is that? Yeah, it's 0.030 300ths is the spacing on the corrugations. You might want to go with something a little wider. I don't have the part number on this guy right here, unfortunately, but let me see if I can hold both of these up to the camera where you can kind of see the difference. Come on, focus. Yeah, it's tough. Let me see if we could do this maybe. Yeah, cell phones just aren't good for this kind of thing. But anyway, this was just a quick video on how to do this, and just takes a regular scissors and some Reynolds aluminum foil, and if you get the right plastic sheet, you can make corrugated panels all day long for your metal roofs and metal siding on your buildings.